to win today. Welcome everyone. Today on WhickTV we have a sponsored segment that we are doing. We will be playing the game Domina. That has been delisted from Steam. And we're going to talk about it. Why it was delisted. Whether or not we can and should separate the art from the artist. We're going to talk about video games in general. And we're going to play it. So I'm going to bring it up on screen. I have it all set up on my other like scene here. And we're going to actually play it because funnily enough, I own this game. I've owned this game for a while. I bought it I think when it came out, maybe it was early access. See, with early access, I never know if I got it when it came out or when it was released in early access. It was years ago, regardless of when I purchased it. It was a fun little gladiator. I guess it is. It is a fun little gladiator simulator. So you own Ludus, I think that's how you say it, and you recruit gladiators, and the goal is by a certain time period, within a year, there will be a grand tournament, and your goal is to win this tournament. So there is a time limit. It's a real time with pause type of deal. You train your gladiators as you go, and eventually you fight in the last battle, whether you're ready or not. I don't know if I've ever beat the game. I had 16 hours of this on Steam. Because you're still able to play it if you own it on Steam. You're just not able to get it on Steam again. So we are going to be playing that, and we're going to be talking about it because it's kind of an interesting deal. I didn't know there was a controversy surrounding this game or its creator. So we're going to talk about what the controversy is, all of that. Let me make sure that I have all my ducks in a row before we begin. So, I'm not accidentally doxing myself or anything by showing you a tab I shouldn't. Because the creator of the game, is actually paying me to talk about this and paying me to, play the game. But my thoughts are my own, right? So he may or may not like what I have to say. We're gonna find out. They did email me, however, and gave their side of the story. I also did some research and looked up what exactly happened from the other perspective, if you will. And yeah, we're going to talk about it. So if during the talk you want to pontificate, spout off, or even call in, I encourage you to do so. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting discussion today, and I hope that you will call in. I thought about making this a panel, but I couldn't really play the game, have a panel of the same. And dude paid me $100 to play the game, so is what it is. I hope you like it. I hope you enjoy the stream, and we will find out how this goes. Okay, so let's bring it up. Hopefully my scene transition works here. We're about to find out, gang. Okay. The game did not come up. Oh, there it is. Ah! Huzzah! Okay, here it is. I turned the sound off. We'll turn it on in a minute, but I wanted to talk to you a little bit first before we did so. And yeah, it's a... First of all, graphics look good, right? The game's called Domina, or Dominus. The name change is actually one of the reasons he got in trouble. Because of the reason he said that he changed the name. So this game is by, and let me get this right, 𝕾𝖍𝖎𝖙 Incorporated. And the owner, the creator, the developer, I'm not sure the right term to use, is 𝕾𝖍𝖎𝖙 So that's who published this game. That's who produced this game. And it's copyrighted in 2022. So I must have bought it last year. I guess. But yeah, graphics are pretty good. Right out the gate. It's pixelated graphics, but I enjoy it. There's a lot of options here. I turned the volume down just so we could chat, but I'll turn it up in a little bit just so you can hear the sounds. I've sanitized the audio because there is a lot of comments in this game as you play. It's got a really interesting Twitch functionality. Difficulty we're gonna have in normal. We're gonna have the fights in brutal so they last a little longer. Maybe very brutal. One thing that I will criticize out the gate is I don't like this font. It's a little too small for me. It's a little too, especially the color on the background. I don't know. Maybe I'm just an old man. A little hard to read. But during this game, okay, and so it monetizes this shit for me, which I love. I have allowed so you can join the game once I start it by typing exclamation point hero and throwing bits at me. And the more bits you, at least 1,000. Because I said it that way because I'm greedy. But and I don't want everyone joining my Ludus. It feels like cheating a little bit. So I made a little more than I normally would. Just to kind of make sure that not everyone does. And if everyone joins, then I make a lot of money. Works out. I don't know what voting is, so we're not gonna vote. The minimum cheer amount's 1,000, the maximum is 5,000. The more you cheer, the more powerful your guy will be, or girl, I should suppose. And so, yeah. But let's talk before we start. Let's talk about art and the artist a little bit, because that's important. The reason, at least, that so in doing research for this game, in doing research for this topic, there seems to be some uncontested facts that I want to go over. And I could be wrong. Again, I didn't do a super deep dive. I had a day to go over this, so forgive me if I miss information. But what happened is, over the course of several patches, the developer put some pretty controversial statements. Some may argue bigoted statements into the patch notes. He talked about how you shouldn't wear masks in the patch notes. And he also made some digs at trans individuals in the patch notes of his game. And he went on different media sites and made his stance on trans individuals very clear. Pretty right-wing, pretty conservative stance. But, yeah, that's what he did. A lot of people review bombed his site. So they went on Steam. It was a pretty positive review. They review bombed it. In the course of him fighting back against this review bomb, which Steam acknowledged, to be clear, Steam made a note on the page that it was being review bombed, to take that into account. They flagged several of these bombed reviews as fraudulent. And it became a big thing, and he was eventually delisted from Steam. So you can't buy it on Steam. I will be providing a link later in the show of where you can buy this game if you want. But we'll get to that. So my question for the audience, and if you'd like to opine on this, please call in and we'll talk about this. My question for the audience is simple. Because I had played this game before. I enjoyed this game before. I enjoyed the game now. I played a little bit earlier just to make sure that I didn't look too silly when I played this. And I remember the basic controls. Can we separate art from the artist? And to what degree? And to what degree should we? So, Big Nick is alive. He's in my chat right now. You can talk to him. So this isn't a Lovecraft situation where the person who has said the controversial or holds the controversial stances is no longer with us. the money that goes to this game supports this person, supports this individual. It enriches them. So when you purchase a product, you are enriching the person who directly who has a problematic view. Does that matter? Should it matter? I guess we're gonna find out. What were the spicy trans comments in the patch notes? Let's find out. I have an article here. Well, let's bring it up. Give me a second. Let me see what. Okay. So he made a post. This was a post. And this is how it begins. You guys ready? We're out of ideas, mentally unstable, totally degenerate, and desperate for clout. Let's pretend we're a completely different game to gain relevance. Also, Isaac does stuff. Thank you for the sub, 5 months. Yeah, one of them was take off the fucking masks. Okay. So this is how the post began. We're out of ideas, mentally unstable, totally degenerate, and desperate for clout. Let's pretend we're a completely different game to gain relevance. The post continues. The developer went on to say that the Domina was to be considered the game's dead name before asking people not to mention it anymore. And the post continued, we've only mentioned it here to say don't mention it anymore. It's totally normal to change the sex of a video game and not confusing to anybody. Please do not be a bigot. If you are confused, please simply stop being confused. Remember that Domina doesn't exist and never did, but Dominus does exist and always has. You just didn't know you were playing a man who was dressed as a woman, but now that we reveal it to you, you have no right to feel deceived. The developer then continued to use slurs, which we will not do on this channel, against trans people, accusing them of deceiving people into having sex with them, naming Twitcher streamer Greffels in the process. Yeah. So I guess, yo, you have to, I don't understand. Like, if you were looking to make money as a company, why would you do this? I don't understand. I don't get it. Like, know you're going to piss off half. You're in chat. I got to ask, why? Why would you do this? You're going to alienate a large portion of your player base who just aren't going to want to play your game anymore. Yeah, I don't understand it, but well, they're in chat and they're saying the truth is more important than money. Sure, but why connect it so like, why do this on your product? Like, why use your product as a vehicle for this? I just don't understand. But yeah, it is from a article which Isaac Does Stuff has helpfully linked in the stream. So yes, in the course of this, Steam delisted them. Though Steam did not give this reason, I don't believe. This was the thing I had trouble finding out. So there is conflicting data on to why it was actually delisted from Steam. The transphobic rants are the ones that many point to, though others point to him flagging quote-unquote fraudulent reviews and just being an asshole on the Steam forums is the reason it was delisted. I don't know why. I wasn't able to find it. Jumbo Tia says, while we absolutely should separate the artist from the art, if the art is a reflection of the artist, then we absolutely should be allowed to ask questions about the inspirations. Absolutely. That's what I'm going to do, right? We have the developer here today, and we're talking to them, at least through chat. Sock says the popularity died down a lot, too, so it wasn't at its peak. Thankfully, they got their soda poppin' popularity money. Perhaps. Origin of logos. Art is a medium where we express our imagination. Without imagination, we are nothing. Fair enough. Popularity peaked. We made like $3,500 a day. Steam canceled us. Popular. Truth was very pathological. That's another thing, right? If you bring attention to bad art, you obviously will make the artist money. Excuse me, I'm a little parched. But enough of me pontificating. let's actually get into the game a little bit. Let's play it a little bit. And then, again, if you have thoughts on this and you want to call in, by all means. Hopefully my OBS doesn't freak out. And forgive me if it does. But yeah, let's give you a taste of these tasty jams. Okay. First of all, game options. Can you guys hear it? Fine. How's the audio? Can you guys hear me as well as the game? It's not overpowering, is it? Oh, I've disappeared from chat. Hold on. Face is gone. Now my face is. Oh, there's a large font option. Looking for it. Larger font. Okay, well, we'll see how that works in the actual game. Thank you, I didn't know. So, it's a little quieter, so I'm going to turn it down just a little then. Turn the music down. Okay. That. Okay. And if you have questions for me on YouTube, by the way, feel free to super chat. And like I said, once we start the game, you can actually join the game by typing exclamation point hero and then cheering from 1,000 to 5,000 bits, and your gladiator will show up and we'll fight. But let's start this game. So, well, they gotta actually be able to hear me, so that is important. But let's hit new game and we'll see how this goes. Loading up. Okay, the sun is setting on the Roman Empire. Violent rebellion erupts in the far territories, while political corruption erodes the empire closer to home. Fearing a revolt, the empire intends to distract the population with the greatest gladiatorial championship the empire has ever seen, promising unimaginable rewards of coin and glory. The emperor hopes to revitalize commerce and reestablish the rule of law once again, but Rome is disintegrating in its clenched fist. It may be your last chance for glory in Rome. The next local games are scheduled soon, and you aim to win. Okay, well, we're going to skip the tutorial because I went through it. I'm going to pause the game, first of all, just to set up and kind of show you what we got here. You have several resources, which we'll be using throughout the game. We have coin, water, food, and wine. Here are my gladiators, and you can see them all in their gladiator glory. Poor 𝕵𝖎𝖎 here doesn't even have a shirt. He's doing problems. Okay. So, and you can see they have different stats: agility, attack, defense, and AI, as well as strength and HP. So what AI is the game AI controls the gladiators. You can turn that off if you'd like, but I'm not going to for the purpose of this. It's an option you can click here. But let me start by training in humility. Gladiators can surrender. That'd be nice. We'll enable automatic gladiator training so that they can do it without me having too much input here. Again, you can upgrade and downgrade to get more or less money for the different things. It's very customizable. We could change their name if we wanted, and we could change like their training pryos here. So this guy's got a big shield, so we're gonna make defense a prio for him, okay? And we're gonna make defense and strength, so he's gonna be strong boy. Okay? That's him. We got another guy. He's got a shield too, but we're gonna first of all upgrade his gladius a little bit. We're going to make him super skilled in the art of weapon and agility, and this dude's going to be just an all-rounder. So we're going to keep him kind of as is. Up the AI. Okay. There are little bonuses you can give. So these cards you can add to the gladiators directly. I can make it so the gladiator not require food or water. And I will make this dude indefatigable. I'm not going to say. 𝕬𝖎 says, your whole record collection is full of artists who are most likely pedos. I don't know about you. I don't, maybe. There are problems with a lot of artists, so never meet your heroes, is this. So the game is real time with pause. You can see in the upper right corner here, the next battle's in 6 days. We have 364 days left before the epic battle. Got a couple characters here. Lanista and Domina Vashia the Wise. It's me. That's the person you're playing. Magistrate Publius Claudian. And so this magistrate and this legate, 𝕾𝖍𝖎𝖙𝖘𝍍𝖔𝖜, will sell you gladiators and slaves respectively. You can send wine to bribe them, and their temperament's important. Because as the game goes on and the battles you fight, one of these individuals have an option to host it. It's random, right? And if they host it, depending on their temperament, they can set it up so that the stakes are more or less in your favor. And we'll see how that plays out as we go. But yes, let's talk a little bit about art. So some would say that problematic art like this, even showing it on stream, even playing it on stream, is immoral. Because of this person's beliefs, I am doing an immoral act by playing the game, drawing attention to the game, because it will reward them directly. What do you guys think? Is that true? Morality is subjective. Alley Cat says nope. I don't know. Like, if this person had, like, murdered children, okay? If they had killed a bunch of children, and they were, getting money for that, I don't know if I would. If I would, feel comfortable supporting the game. I don't know if I would. Really, and this is going to be the honest thing, is it would depend on how fun the game is. Invincible says, why not let the art and game speak for itself? That's my intuition here. Simply because, again, I had bought this game before any problems with it, right? Any of the problematic stuff. I didn't even know that it was a controversy until yesterday, to be clear. And I had 16 hours on this game before then. Like, so I had bought this back when it came out, right? There was nothing, and when I heard there was a controversy, I was confused because there was nothing in the game that's particularly bad. I mean, yes, it's gladiators and slaves killing each other, but, like, that's not any worse than any other game on Steam, and so I was very confused. The problem was the artist kept inserting his politics into the patch notes, which ironic as we go. But let's actually play. Let's actually see how this actually works out. We're on pause the game, and we can make it go faster or slower if we want with the number keys. We're gonna keep it at about 70% just so we can have some time. I could buy food and wine and water here. It's pretty cheap, actually. There's really no reason not to do it, so I'm just gonna buy them all. Oh, and I can actually, I should have done this before. Oh shit, I forgot. You can hire employees. Okay, these employees will do different things. I'm going to get an educator. I am going to get an architect. And I'll get a vintner, because keeping the magistrate and such happy is quite important. So, and they give you various upgrades. So I'm gonna make large cask, so I get a wine a day. Educator, I am going to start with philosophy. The architect, I'm gonna build. You can build a lot of stuff, but I'll start building palaces so they can help them. That's what I'll do. Okay, so here it goes. They're doing their training thing. Good day and night cycle. Like technically this game's pretty on point. Okay. It's a time management game. It's a resource game. It's a sim game. It's pretty fun. Okay, so here we go. It's a random arena battle, a random host. You see the host. This is why keeping the host happy is important, because they'll get to dictate the terms. Here's a victory reward. I'm gonna get some gold and some food. So it's not a large amount of victory. You can get various bonuses, various slaves that they can give you and things like that. And we're gonna conserve liberalism. Oh, conserve liberalism. Did you join my game? Cool. You are an opponent, though. I'm gonna have to kill you now, conserve liberalism. I'm gonna have to kill you. Okay? Sorry. Bruno Gout says, can you enjoy the art of a movie like The Birth of a Nation that clearly shows a depiction of a group of people? You could, in my opinion, but that's a good question. But the question isn't enjoyment, right? I don't think that's the problem people would have. It's not that I enjoy or don't enjoy this game. It's, should I support this game monetarily? Because I will be supporting the artist directly, who is a bad person. Let's accept the terms. We've been able to choose our dude. We have Javelonius will be destroying conserve liberalism in the argument in the marketplace of ideas here. Find out. Oh, ow. So they'll go, and my boy conservative liberalism isn't no slouch. Is he gonna kill me on my first battle? That's gonna be a problem. Did he just? Oh no. Okay, so that's a problem. I'm gonna get some favor from this, and I lost one of my gladiators like right off the bat. Okay, that's an issue. Okay, well, we're just gonna keep going with it. We can buy, luckily, more. There's an unending supply of these mofos, so we can buy the Big Nick. The Big Nick, I can buy you. Okay. Purchase you. Okay, or Cernius, we could buy Cernius too, but you're a little expensive, Cernius. Okay, so the integration on this game is really cool, actually. Sultan Al-Fahim from YouTube says, have you watched 𝕵𝖎𝖎 TV show, Wick? I have. It was alright. Anatomy training. Okay. And we are just waiting for the next battle. Benjamin, he did not let me win. Well, he couldn't. You can't control them if you join. But yeah. 𝕵𝖎𝖎 unfollowed you for your tweets? You mean the TV show? Liam McIntyre? No. Okay, 𝕾𝖍𝖎𝖙𝖘𝖍𝖔𝖜. So the legate's hosting this. We're gonna get a victory reward of 160 gold if we can beat 𝕨𝖍𝖎𝖏. Can the Big Nick... Well, the Big Nick's wounded, so that's a problem. Laelius. We're gonna throw you into the lion's den here. I'm going to accept the terms, and we're gonna see how this goes. Gird your loins, gang. Ah, 𝕨𝖍𝖎𝖏, you were destroyed. Origin of Logos. Come on, WhickTV. What does creating art demand? That's a good question. What does it demand? I don't know if it... I think the process is different from everyone. Are there commonalities that we can look to in art to show this always appears in this, or this never appears? I don't know if we can. I think that, generally speaking, we can make some statements. We can say that when you are creating art, you need to have a concept, and you need to build towards that concept in some way. Though, again, this is not always true. So we got some gold. We did a win. We got defensive priority, bonus card, and we got crowd favor. Let's return to the Ludus. Let's pause the game. Let's put defensive priority on the Big Nick. I feel like you're going to need defensive priority. Here, let's start the healing process too, because my boy 𝕾𝖎𝖎 got healed after he just crushed 𝕾𝖎𝖎 here. Okay, wasn't even close. And see, you can give him the palaces, make him train better. Apparently, let's get some shield control. I don't think we need any of that right now. So he's displeased at us. Let's send him some wine. Maybe he won't be displeased anymore. I guess we start with 1 wine, see how that does. That is fine. 2. It goes up by double. That's fine. Send wine, send wine, send wine. So they're at least 10. Okay. Cool. Unpause and we'll continue. Did you know, Wick, that people in Rome preferred becoming a gladiator than continue farming? Well, I mean, look, you get to be in a cool little training house. Got a dude with a whip. Some people pay good money for that, okay? They got it for free. Arctic Mule. What a weird way to promote your political beliefs, though. Through your game's patch notes. A weird place to use your soap opera. I agree. It is very weird. Sometimes it has a point, sometimes it doesn't. It depends on the artist, really. Perhaps the developer was desperate, like the notes indicate. Though, again, one might wonder there were perhaps even still better venues. Let's train focus so the gladiator time is decreased. Build another palace. Let's also get blade control going. I'm running out of money quick. So the first loss kind of hurt me, dude. Okay. So Cardice. Wow, there's all of y'all showing up in chat. Neat. Okay. You are a Mermillo. You have 0 victories, no bitches, basically. Okay, but you're pretty strong. You're gonna fight the Big Nick. I'm gonna make you fight. Ready? Set the terms. I don't know. The Big Nick's kind of whipping your ass, Cardice. Oh, that wasn't close. Oh, well. Big Nick reigns victorious. And I get a bunch of stuff. Cool. Oh, 𝕬𝖎𝖙, you are now my slave. Welcome to the Ludus. Oh shit, Wick is gaming. 𝕾𝖎𝖎, welcome to the stream. We are also talking about art and the artist, okay? So this isn't just a gaming stream. It's a political stream as well. So let's pause the game while we look at what 𝕬𝖎𝖙 is here. First of all, your stats are shit at 𝕬𝖎𝖙, okay? 𝕬𝖎𝖙, your stats, crap. What do you want? Are you an agile boy? Weapon boy? Strength boy? Let's make you a defense boy. Very defensive person. See, all that's building, everything's fine there. More cards. The Empowered Man podcast. Oh yeah, today we are doing it's a sponsored stream, sponsored by Domina or Dominus. I'm actually not sure what to call it. And let me actually give you all the link to where you can find the game if you're enjoying this game. Here, Nightbot failed me, so I couldn't set it up quite correctly, but I will just link it directly to you. One moment, please. Boom, 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 boom. 𝕾𝖍𝖎𝖙𝖘𝖍𝖔𝖜. Here it is. Okay. I will post it in YouTube chat as well as Twitch chat. Here is the link if you want to support the developer. And should you support the developer? That's a question you'll have to ask yourself. Like I said, my conscience is clear. I had bought this game before I knew anything, okay? So, I'm all good. But now we're informing you. So, if you're liking this thing, let me go back to the game itself. Okay, the training. Oh, the magistrate drunkenly stumbles into your villa, demanding whores and wine. Should we get him? Man, if you're going to come into my house and you're going to ask for whores and wine, I'm going to give you whores and wine. So let's get him whores and wine. After a few hours of whoring and drinking, the magistrate drifts off into a dreamless state. You take the opportunity to crudely draw a small penis on his face. Top keck humor, gang. Top keck humor. Yeah, so how much harm? Okay, so I guess in chat here, if you think that supporting the artist that, to be clear, is still alive in these situations is doing harm, put one in chat. One's in chat. Even if it's only a little harm. Even if you only think it's a little harm. If you, however, think that it doesn't matter, you should just be able to enjoy the art you want, even purchase the art you want, and you have no culpability, put a 2 in chat. The 1's in chat if you think it matters. 2 if it doesn't really matter. Game defense here. Seeing a lot of 2s. Seeing a lot of 2s. I don't see any 1s. No one thinks there's any responsibility. Okay, Invincible, you're up. Invincible. First time in my chat. And here you are as an opposing gladiator to be defeated. This is really good rewards for this one. A lot of gold. I don't know what this is. A strength buff? Not sure. There's a lot of one-on-ones. Okay, Alley Cat. I'm throwing you into the meat grinder here. Here we go. Accept the terms. But yeah, Steam actually banned this developer and the game. It's delisted. You can still play it, but you can't buy it on Steam anymore. Should they have done that? That I'm less sure of, right? I think a platform does have the some abilities to decide what to platform on their... Oh, man. Invincible. You just crushed Alley Cat. You just crushed him. I don't know if that worked either, Kamikaze. But we got some flavor. Okay, we got a death. We got a death. That sucked. Let us purchase a gladiator. Should we purchase Kamikaze? You just cheered. Why not? Let's bring you on board, slave. Okay. You're now my slave, Kamikaze. You're a mod in my community too, so technically you've always been. Okay. Wick, notice anything on the viewers column? The viewers column. No, what's on the viewers column? How much you want to quit the game? I was paid to play this for 2 hours, so we're gonna play this for 2 hours. I'm not gonna quit because, I mean, that would be wrong. Give him more wine to get better terms. Do some bribery here. If the art has aesthetic or intellectual or imaginative value to it, then it should be appraised accordingly. Whether the artist is reprehensible or not holds little to no bearing, because ways of viewing the world through our imagination adds more value to the universal consciousness. Very high-minded way of looking at it. I want a character, but I don't see the bit thing to buy. Okay, so if you want to put a character in the game, exclamation point hero, and so many bits, I think at least 1,000 bits, and you'll actually show up in my Ludus. or you should. But yes, if you don't cheer anything, it'll grab you from chat randomly, but you could be an opponent. We could kill you, imagine. And I don't want to kill you. I want to make money. But also, if you're financially supporting them, then that's a whole other can of worms, no? That's true, Arctic Mule, and that's kind of the process. The process. Okay, conserve liberalism. Wait, conserve liberalism? You killed us before. Oh no, I don't want to face you again. Man, you're like, keep coming back. Kamikaze. Well, actually, you know what? The Big Nick. The Big Nick, you saved us before. Let's see if you can save us again. Lord Fungus TV. Holy shit, Wick. This is the arena of ideas. Kinda. Oh, you got netted. Oh, the Big Nick. I don't know if you're gonna win this one. Not looking good. Oh, Big Nick got. Wow, I'm losing gladiators left and right. Artists are horrible people 90% of the time. They lie and steal artwork all the time. Then they overpromise and underdeliver. I hate them so much. But do you support them? Do you buy them stuff? Okay, I can't keep affording gladiator, so I can buy conserve liberalism as a default slave, but that seems wrong to do. Purchase Casabon, I can buy you, but you're 400 coin. I can't afford you. Oh man, I can't afford anything. I guess we're just gonna have to make do. Here, let's upgrade some stuff. Okay, bad enough. You, Kamikaze, you're gonna be our hero of the day. We need you to win convincingly, hopefully.
Swell. Agree.
We'll see how it goes, right? Kamikaze, I never lose, never. Big dick energy. We'll find out today. So is there any conditions, for those of you who push 2 in chat, are there any conditions under which that you would say supporting an artist whose art is fine? Let's say the art, you enjoy it, the art's interesting, the art's good. Let's assume that. Are there any conditions under which that you would say, well, even though that's true, I'm not going to support this artist because X, Y, or Z. Hey, Kamikaze, do your thing. Paradise says, with enough syllogism, you can pretty much argue that any action you make leads to something unethical. Oh no, they changed you up? Kamikaze. Kamikaze, you just crushed him. Kamikaze wasn't even close. And Acriel, you're now my slave. Bernie says, Frankfurter says, fitting game for the topic considering how much drama the Domina devs are up. GigaChad devs? Well, that's why we're playing it. So the dev is actually in my Twitch chat, and the dev paid me money to play it. Here, we have a caller inner. So we're going to bring them on briefly. And we are going to see what they have to say. Hopefully my my little setup here doesn't break, so excuse me if it does. Hello, you're live. Oh, man, I did. Let me adjust. Hold on. Give me a second. Hello, you're live. Maybe I won't have to adjust. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Here, let me turn you up. Can you turn your mic up too, please?
I can try, yes.
What you got for us? Here, let me, Chris Speaks, welcome! We're talking about art and the artist. And I'm playing a game. Let me.
Is that louder?
A little better.
All right.
Well, actually, you know what? We don't need to see you because you don't have a camera. We don't need to see you because you don't have a camera on, so.
Nope.
All right, dude. Okay. Yeah, what you got for us, friend?
Well, I would say, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. I don't know what he expected to happen. Doing. As for separating the art from the artist, I can name a case where they do make good things, but I can't separate the art from the artist, so I'll never enjoy it. Which is anything made by Gearbox. I fucking hate Randy Pitchford.
What a okay. I don't.
Good. I can't stand him, and I will never play their game.
Randy Pitchford. I don't know who that is. Can you explain? Are you memeing right now?
CEO of Gearbox. He is just personality that is really in your face, and he's not very well liked by a lot of people.
Oh well, fuck that guy then. I don't know who this guy is.
Yeah, but he's just one guy in the company. Normally, people let it slide because the Borderlands is great. People love that, so why not?
What did he do to make you so angry?
Specifically, it was Colonial Marines. The way he handled that. He fucking straight up lied to everybody about it. Said that it was super important to his team. He loves the franchise. We're gonna work real hard on it. And then he took the money for that and put it into Borderlands 2 and the game. Which, to be clear, Gearbox does all the time. That's just what they do. So.
Sure. I think that's a little. That's yeah. If you but that bears on the quality of future products, right? That shows that okay, future products are probably going to be.
Products are always really well made. Art, people love those.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of that, you should be able to really separate the art from the artist there.
See, this is the thing that the trouble I'm having. Like again, unless you you happen to follow gaming news, you would have never known this is a thing. I would have never known. I still wouldn't know this is. Okay, so we're all gonna gang up on Arctic Mule here. Excuse me. It's gonna be a 3 versus 1. So we're gonna get Acreal in there. We're gonna get Kamikaze, and we're gonna Laylis. And they're gonna take him on. Okay, but yeah, I think that like when it comes to art and artists, in the Randy situation, that obviously he did something you thought was untoward with his products, money, and he's still making products, so I don't know. I think that's a little different, right? Than someone who's just has crazy tweets on Twitter, right?
Another good comparison would be
Go ahead.
he was racist, but how much of that factored into his work? People will argue that the theme of xenophobia
is that a problem to have xenophobia in your game?
It depends on how you handle it. If you were trying to make a point, I think by demonstrating xenophobia through this fantasy race is unliked by by alien races really hate it. Depending on how you handle that,
well, even if you do it bad, say you just make a game, you make
any reference to a real world race or peoples, that would be very bad.
But the gameplay was fun. It's the funnest game you've ever played. Okay, the controls are tight. The storyline is super interesting. The graphics are out of this world. The gameplay loop itself is very rewarding, interesting, and dynamic. Oh shit. Okay, so I'm gonna have to choose one gladiator to fight Alley Cat and Gundam at the same time. But yeah, so yeah, say all that's true. But the game, like you said, has problematic depiction of a race. Is it not okay to support the developer anymore?
You mean like a real world? Or
yeah, real world.
Bad things about Jews or something?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's
I mean, you can support them. There's nothing
Would I be doing, if I bought the game, would I be doing something unethical?
Some people would certainly argue that. I don't think so personally, but I would. I mean, because you'd have to make that connection to the money you gave them is going to lead to more of this.
Yeah.
I would argue that. I don't know. I think it would depend on how bad we're talking. Like it was real bad, and they, straight up were JQing. Then I would say probably that would be harmful.
Okay. So
But,
JQing would be your line.
yeah, if it was just really agreed. Otherwise, I would say it's up to Harry Potter. Like we know J.K. Rowling. And some people felt if you bought that game, you're kind of supporting her and her opinion.
That was a big
But
thing
a lot
with
of people
what's
disagree,
it called, with Hogwarts Legacy recently.
Yeah, I wasn't bothered by it either. I'm like, whatever, the money already been paid for the licensing.
Very well.
But at the same time though, like just to steelman this a bit, they may have been paid by the licensing, but if the game does well, it makes the chance for more licensing in the future to be possible, right? Like
True,
you are making it so that it's more likely in the
game's
future.
credit, they didn't seem to have any of her opinion.
Maybe. Paradise
I would
versus...
argue that's just getting ahead of the controversy, but
Micronomics, this is a good topic. Yeah, and gang, if you wanna talk to me about it, if you have a different of opinion than I'm sorry, what's your name here? Our guest today, who is a caller inner, you can call in too. ! Discord, join the Discord, hop backstage, and I'll pull you in. We'll adjust. Majin, you are now my slave, apparently.
in terms of Valve, I don't know if I would say they were right to ban this guy from the platform. I would say it certainly is their right. Having a developer that's just going to piss people off through whatever, use their platform on Steam to piss people off through the patch notes and stuff.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I mean, if it was
like so let me actually read.
Maybe they wouldn't have banned, but
So give me a second, because I have a statement from the developer here. I'll read. Okay. This is their version of events. So keep that in mind. Okay. When we developed DLC for Domina, we added a flag in the beta branch that would allow people access to DLC in beta if they helped to test it, even if they didn't buy the content after it got released. So no matter what, if you played with a piece of DLC in-game, it would never disappear completely, leaving you feel like you got ripped off. You could always opt back into the beta and get the DLC, and the users confirmed they were telling the truth, and it gives some links. As far as I know, we're the only game that does that. I'll skip that part. So at any rate, when a mass flagging campaign was launched at Domina, there was a coordinated campaign of negative reviews launched, which Steam recognized and noted in the review section. However, dozens of published reviews claimed we did something unscrupulous with the DLC. Obvious lies. We flagged those reviews as fraud since they were obviously not the real opinions of the users, but something they had been coerced to say. We knew this because we hadn't done anything unscrupulous with the DLC. They just wish we had. If the negative reviews had said something like, the developer is anti-trans, don't buy, we wouldn't have flagged it as fraud because it wouldn't have been fraud. We only flagged reviews which were obvious fraud, and Steam refused to unpublish them despite never looking into our evidence and a complete lack of it. Steam violated the law. It's not even a matter of opinion. They published provably false information about Domina and its developers, and we have the evidence. My bad behavior or political incorrect opinions are beside the point, and we're never an issue until Steam published lies and refused to retract them, and we refuse to stop noting that. So that is their version of events here. What do we think?
so they're arguing they were removed because it.
It's really hard to hear you. Can you turn yourself up like by a lot?
I think I have it maxed out.
Oh. Okay, Lord Fungus, you're going in. Paradise. Laylis, listen.
So the contention for him then is that it was reporting fraud on DLCs?
Apparently. Oh wow, they started chain. That's not good. Got one. Sorry. I'm getting distracted. This game is actually really fun. I'm not gonna lie to you. This game actually is a really fun game. It's a cool simulator. It's a cool time management game. It's really interesting. We won.
Summary of my take is
Please.
Games like this that you're releasing as products on Steam or otherwise, this is not the place for you to platform your personal opinions. You are totally welcome to address some concepts through gameplay like we discussed. Personal opinions out of this as a dev. Nobody wants to hear from you as a person. They're here to play your game. That's it. And as long as the game is fun, you'll be fine. Just don't tap into it. Just gonna get clapped every time.
Fair enough. Well, thanks for calling in, friend. Fungus, what you got?
Oh my, hello. Oh, I just came here to say where I agree or disagree with the
Please.
with the new friend. I was just kind of thinking. I hope I'm not repeating too much, but I think maybe, like, art isn't, art from the artist. Art isn't made in a vacuum, right? So,
Sure.
I think you can kind of. There's like a cause to kind of. There's like a case to protest games or whatever if the person's opinion is in the art.
Okay.
I didn't.
Can you give me an example?
You know how so I haven't read the book, so just like but didn't J.K. Rowling have some like anti-trans sentiment in, and I really don't know about this one, in her like she wrote under a pseudonym, like under a pen name, and released under like a guy's name.
I'm going to be real with you. I didn't read that book. I can't say.
I didn't either, so that was just a thing that I heard. But that would be the example that other people might use. I genuinely, because I'm very like pro free expression in art, even if it's political. Like I'm like really pro like, hey, you can absolutely express a political message in a video game, or any other kind of art. Like I'm very, very free artist expression.
Fair enough. But I understand that. So that's a different question. Whether someone should be allowed to produce art and sell art that's problematic is a different question than what you, as a consumer, should support, right? So you aren't preventing them directly from making their art, obviously. But when you support the artist, you are supporting someone that you don't like, that has done a terrible thing or has, in your view, terrible views. Is that okay?
Yeah, I think it is. But I think everyone has their threshold for that, and I think it's up to us as consumers to kind of like have integrity about it, or because I think integrity can only really be achieved if you have a strong opinion about something, or if you have an opinion about it, like, and to stick by that opinion when it's challenged. I think that's what integrity is. I think an open mind is important, and you can have an integrity and an open mind. So like everyone's going to have their threshold of like their cutoff point, saying, "Oh no, okay, the artist's done too much." For me, there's like the artist has to be really, really bad.
Like really bad. Like how you talking? Like what are we talking?
Well, look, like I'll give you an example, even of the worst ones. I can still appreciate like Adolf Hitler had some good oil paintings.
Did he?
Yeah, he did. I think so. He had this really nice one of a house. But like, I mean, they're okay oil paintings.
Hitler.
But it doesn't make me. In fact, it adds a whole new artistic dimension to know that someone as awful of that is capable of that. It's,
Does
like,
it
interesting
add
to,
a
like,
new artistic dimension? How
from the
many did
consumer
he
point
have
of view,
to
yeah.
kill before the artistic dimension manifested into the world?
Oh, I feel uncomfortable now.
Yeah? Do you?
No. So no, for sure. Like, so, it definitely, because this is the whole thing about, like, not being able to detach the art from the artist, because
Lord
you're like,
Fungus, I'm gonna make you fight 2 guys at once for that take. Okay. You're gonna
That's
fight
okay,
Testy
I mean-
Johnson and Casual.
wait, am I here?
Kadar. Yeah, you're in my.
I'm gonna fucking wreck them.
Okay, we'll find out.
Yeah, I'm gonna destroy them. It's me versus the other soy mod.
Yeah, we'll see who's most soy.
Okay, this is the battle. This is the arena of ideas. Huh. Huh. Can I make attack noises?
You
Or-
can, but we will judge you for it. Oh,
Okay.
you're getting double teamed, my brother.
Oh no, is it Thursday already?
You got
oh
spit
shit!
roasted, and it wasn't good. You're
No.
now dead. You're defeated.
Those guys are such bad winners, dude. What the fuck?
They crushed you.
Fuck you, Testy. That was a rigged match, and you know it. Damn. Testy's in chat. I'm gonna get one guide by Testy. Fuck you. Okay, sorry.
Okay, go on. You were talking about how many people you needed to kill to manifest artistic dimensions. Go ahead.
You're a Scot, you are. I think so, like, the viewer, like, art will have it interacts different ways with different viewers. Art interacts different ways with different viewers, so, like, the viewers will see something and they'll take their completely independent, unique affect from a piece of art. And I suppose not being able to detach the art from the artist is going to be part of that. And if they can't detach the art from the artist, then that will be either they have, like, that'll interfere with their, like, I guess their threshold of how bad a thing has to be.
Well, I think, yes, I don't think anyone would say that people shouldn't be able to make their own choices, right? But the problem that comes up, and what I see happen, is when people will say, hey, you can make your own choices, but if you make these choices, you're actually hurting people. I don't know if that's true or not, to be clear.
All of this harm is going to be argued from people. I think generally the points are that it's like, oh, it's an insidious harm, and it's like, yeah, it's enabling a culture of X, Y, and Z. And people, you can't really get people on board with that message unless they really care about it as much as you do, I think. I'd say for people arguing that, they have to kind of find something that other people care about enough. Otherwise, I think maybe they even risk alienating people from their cause if they get, like, too gung-ho on saying, oh, you shouldn't do this. Maybe. What do you think about that?
Well, with the Hogwarts Legacy example, there is an argument that all the boycotting and the attention actually helps the game. So there is that risk thing. Okay, Lord Fungus, you died, but now you're back as an opponent. So I'm gonna let the Myopic Times have a.
No, I want. Oh no, Myopic's gonna crush me, bro. I want to fight Testy again.
Testy wasn't on my
on your roster.
He's not my slave yet.
Okay, gotcha. Oh damn, I missed him. Wait, am I the one with the square shield?
Red guy.
Ooh, okay. I like red's my favorite color, so. But I'm not a commie. Yeah, this is Myopic's gonna be like, fuck you, commie. That's what Myopic talks like.
Oh, Myopic just fucked you. Okay,
no!
Good game. Good game.
Fuck!
Victory. Myopic Times
I'm really
took you to task. Jenny Burns, you're now my slave.
Wick. Nice. But yeah, I mean, I've always been very passionate about free artistic expression, but as you pointed out, rightfully, it's another topic.
Yeah,
I guess
it's
everyone
just
has.
not the same. It's a different thing. Like, I think that the questions of what should be allowed and what an individual should buy are just totally separate. How does Domina work? Okay, well, give me a moment and I will explain. So this is a time management game. We have up here in the upper right corner, you have days left. That's the amount of time until the game ends, and the game will end when the final battle. You have a certain amount of days between battles that keep extending. You can purchase slaves, arm slaves, and train slaves, which I'm doing now. You can buy various upgrades as you go, which I'm doing now.
This
And,
game actually
yeah.
looks crazy fun.
It's pretty good. I think I'm not sure how much it was on Steam when I got it. I think I got it on sale, but it's $20 at this guy's page, and I'll link. I guess I'll use this moment to link it again, since he did pay me for this. This is a sponsored stream.
Wick, is the person in chat?
Yeah, Big Nick, the Big Nick. Yeah.
Oh, good job, man! It looks really, really good. I think I might get it. I don't know. It's just
he
like,
has been accused of being a very problematic person.
yeah, but I can separate the arts from the artist in like 99% of scenarios.
Okay.
So like, they have to do like anyway. Whatever. But like, what I'll say is, I think.
Oh man, my YouTube video viewers kind of don't like this game. I'm pretty low on the YouTube side. Twitch too, honestly, but I just looked at my numbers. But well.
You got 34 on Twitch. I honestly, gameplay streams, they aren't like they aren't as niche as like the politics thing with the arguing and the yelling.
It is what it's off brand for me, but you know what? It's okay because again, got money for it.
Your regular people are people who like they like the blood sports and they like the arena of ideas shit and
True.
Yeah, so you know you're doing really well to
Well, if you guys
numbers.
So if you are watching this and you are disappointed for whatever reason that we're not doing a debate stream, Monday we're going to be talking about the Republican Party. So you can tune in Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern. We're going to have conservatives versus liberals basically on is the Republican Party dead? And we'll be talking about conservatism in general. It should be fun. Check it out. So if you're disappointed in today, just wait.
I'm conscious that sorry.
Okay, Ice Beans. Wait, can someone TLDR what the controversy is? Okay, Ice Beans. So, basically what happened was the developer put some pretty problematic statements, quote unquote, in his patch notes. I can read them again if you guys want. Hold on. Red talks about stuff. You are going to be destroyed by... We're going to get 𝕾𝖎𝖎 out in there. Okay, 𝕾𝖎𝖎. Now's your time to shine. 𝕾𝖎𝖎, you're on deck. But basically, they made a bunch of problematic statements in their patch notes, and anti-trans, anti-mask mandates, etc. And Steam delisted them. So that's the long and short of it. So is it okay to support the game? Or does this the developers' problematic statements mean that it was wrong to support the game? And also, 𝕾𝖎𝖎, you won. Good job.
Here's a possible thing. Like one could argue that you are involving these statements and these opinions in the game, and when you include them in the patch notes, because the game isn't just click play and play the game. It's also, you know, all of the other like the production elements. Yeah, but it's, I mean, that's just, I guess that is true. And things have, you know.
So is that enough though, right?
Well, it would be enough for like a gaming platform to say, hey, we don't want to associate with this.
Well, as we talk, let's bring on Testicle, and maybe you and Testicle. Here, let me adjust my OBS again now that we've.
Hey, Testy.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Testy. Next time we go head to head in this arena of ideas on Wick's stream, I'm gonna fuck you up in a video game, literally.
You know, I'll just let you have it. You're too much of a nice guy for me to even try to fight you. I'm just gonna concede.
You and I figuratively here. We're like two dogs playing, and you went on your back.
Yeah, you're like a dog licking your own balls.
Damn! Okay, what? Are you gonna fight me? On my
no,
opinion? Or?
No, on your opinion. Okay, well, what's your opinion? You're like,
Oh.
oh, separate art from the artist and all that shit.
Yeah, but I think when you if you include the controversial statements in the patch notes, you are involving it in the game. So it does make it so that it's more than just your opinion then.
Yeah. Well, okay, so I'll just get out what I kind of wanted to get out, and maybe this
Please
is
do.
in line. I did miss a little bit of the beginning of stream, so hopefully you didn't cover this. But so I did hear what you read. This dude is claiming that his that it had something to do with faulty or fake reviews. I guess people. I don't doubt people are sort of making stuff up. They're saying he was scamming people with the DLC or something. Is that right?
Something to that effect, right? I'm not sure
So
100%.
Agreed.
I'm not sure what you've read. So, or have you mentioned brought up 𝕬𝖎𝖙 at all? Is
Yes,
that
yes.
okay?
One of the statements that he made was a direct attack against 𝕬𝖎𝖙. He mentioned 𝕬𝖎𝖙 by name.
Uh oh.
And yeah, it was a
Do
whole
you
to
mind if I
do.
read his little excerpt on that? Or
Do you
He
have
might
the
maybe
excerpt
not want to
up?
buy the game. Who knows?
If you have the excerpt up, please read it.
sure, I can just this. So he released this as I guess a patch note or whatever, and I'll read it. It's
No,
like
if there's a slur in there, don't say
yeah,
a slur.
I'll leave that. Yeah, it's an old school slur, but I'll leave it out. So okay, I'll just read the whole thing verbatim, just so everyone knows. So it says, so it's dead name Domina, the title of the post is Dominus. So I guess he's doing a little gender bending there, a little play on the name of the game. But he said, please don't mention it anymore. We only mention it here to say don't mention it anymore. It's totally normal to change the sex of a video game and not confusing to anybody. Please do not be a bigot. If you are confused, please simply stop being confused and remember that Domina doesn't exist and never did. But Dominus does exist and always has. You just didn't know you were playing a man. Oh, sorry, you didn't know you were playing a man who was dressed as a woman. But now that we reveal it to you, you have no right to feel deceived. The same way the poor drunk dudes who T-words like 𝕬𝖎𝖙 had sexual intercourse with without disclosing that they were a man have no right to feel wronged, and you're a bigot for being confused or even mentioning something like that happening, let alone having an opinion about it. So yeah, I know there was a little bit of stuff with 𝕬𝖎𝖙s about I don't know, it's a debate that's been had whether or not it's you should kind of reveal whether you're trans if you're gonna hook up with somebody. So I guess it was related to some of that time. The only other thing I wanted to throw in, again, this is just context for the audience. I can't verify 100% of the facts, but apparently this was posted by this guy. I'm sorry, I don't know the dev's name. This was posted on his 𝕬𝖎𝖙 account, and it's a screenshot from Steam that I'll also just read out. Again, it's like a paragraph. So it says, you've been banned from the Domina hub. It says you were banned by a member of the Steam support. This is the second time that one of your posts violates our discussion rules and guidelines, specifically insulting or flaming another user. We're also noticing a trend with abusive messages sent when banning players from your hub. When posting any comment in the community or communicating with your players, please make sure it adheres to the guidelines linked to the right. We also want to make it clear that you should not reverse Steam moderator decisions or enable rule violations in your hub. Future disregard for our rules, guidelines could jeopardize our business relationship. So that was actually the first message from Steam. I think he was maybe suspended. And anyway, the second message from Steam, which unfortunately I just closed down, I don't know where it is. But basically, the comments made against 𝕬𝖎𝖙s are the reason I think that they cite that he was actually, they just ended their business relationship, quote unquote. So that's Steam's, I think, side of things.
That's fair enough.
Sorry, I know that was a lot of talking. Hopefully,
Sure, I
everybody...
guess though, the question remains: is that enough to make it wrong for consumer to support the game?
No.
Do you think?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I know your stance, right? But I'm curious what Tess do.
My personal opinion, and I know I've read out
Please.
all this shit. I don't give a fuck. I mean, I mentioned I memed a little bit, but I was like, I know R. Kelly, he peed on some kids. It's not cool, but he's got some good music, all right. I am one of those people. And he even said the game is fun. I don't think there's anything that's wrong. If you can make a good product. And yeah, I'm totally on board to separate the art from the artist. The only reason I read all that stuff was just for like context, if anybody didn't have it. But
Good.
yeah, I
Thank you.
don't care at all, and I don't even care if stuff is problematic. Like I was like, what if there's a game where you just play like a border patrol agent, and you just have to like the whole game is just you just finding people who cross the border, like Mexicans, and you gotta like net them and bring them back.
What?
Like, hey, this is a hypothetical, right? This is just an example.
Papers, please.
Why? Why would
Oh,
you?
yeah. Papers, please. There you go. There's one. I don't know why. Like, why does anybody make anything, right? Just saying, if somebody did something like that, I wouldn't like philosophically like have a problem with it. It's fine. You can make whatever you want, and if there's an audience that wants to support that, that's totally fine as well. I will say I do think it's unfair, like, because on the other side of the coin, from Steam's perspective, it is the people who falsely report games or review bomb, that is also against the terms of service. So anyone who was dishonest about like their reviews, they should have had their stuff removed, or maybe their accounts, like they should have been given warnings as well. So it's like you can't, if you're gonna decide to play in the sandbox, you sort of have to like take it all together, I guess. But yeah, I did a lot of talking there, but that's kind of everything. That's all I got.
No, it's a good stance. Do you disagree with any of this, Lord Fungus?
No, I'm afraid I don't. I think it's.
Yeah, we
I
are
think that's
a
just
bunch
really
of
agreeable.
really base people in my community.
Yeah,
Is there
so
anyone? Hold on, let me
Yeah,
ask before either of you leave. Is there anyone in my audience who fundamentally disagrees with these stances?
I know Origin was on in chat earlier saying like this is their wheelhouse. I don't know what that means, but I don't know if they'd agree or have a strong opinion.
I think they agree with you.
Damn.
We're too like liberal brained or something.
I'm very. It's very difficult for me to tell someone else that they should do something with regards to their own like purchasing power beyond like.
I did make. I mean, I made this point as a hypothetical. So in this case, the person who is quote unquote problematic is like the person who's involved in the making of the game, right? The same kind of like J.K. Rowling whole thing. If the game itself is problematic, I think there may be an ethical standard if you are promoting the game. So let's say like that's the inverse. The game is like that, you know, the immigrant capture simulator or whatever. It's probably more unethical to promote that game, even if maybe everybody.
So am I doing something unethical by accepting this dude's money to promote the game?
No, well, there is slavery in the game, Wix. I'm kidding.
Yeah, you know, it was a different time, so it's maybe it's accurate to the time period. No, I don't think this is what I'm saying. I think it would be unethical if it was the inverse. So if you were playing like a quote unquote problematic game where you're dealing with themes that are, I don't know, maybe just. I guess even then, there's a line. Obviously, it's a personal line, but maybe promoting a game where you're, you know, dehumanizing a certain group or something of that nature is not like an ethical thing to promote to an audience. In this case, you could play this game, like somebody could play this game on stream and have no context for any of this history or any of this controversy, and I don't see an issue with it, right? Like if you don't know, then what's the difference? As opposed to playing a game where it's like you're doing some really fucked up stuff. Like maybe you have a bit more of a responsibility there. That's really the only like nuance I would.
Yeah, I think the worst game I've ever heard of, and I heard about it because someone called in about it a while ago, right? Is the Rape Simulator.
It's funny because I was the one.
Yeah, were you?
I was the one that told you about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I would absolutely judge someone for playing that game. They could get it for free. I would be like, "Yo, what are you doing?" Like,
yeah, Dr. Demand mentioned it. If any, but it's yeah, that's a game you probably shouldn't promote.
Yeah.
If you want to
like this game, it's gladiators. You fight. There's slaves. But that's no different than a lot of games on stream. Origin of logos, $5. Why are you skipping people, you scammer? I'm not skipping people. Origin, you no-showed me, and you are on my naughty list right now. You apologize. I accepted your apology, but there's still consequences. That's why I skipped you, Origin. Okay. You can't just come and go as you please. If you say you're gonna be there and then you don't show up, and I have to make up things. Yeah, it's a problem.
Sorry, I'm gonna dip. I'm gonna let you continue on
your
stream here, but I just really I found the other message. So this is like the final. This is like
Please,
the thing
please,
that when
go
he
ahead.
was banned, this is what Steam wrote in in his like discussions thing.
Finish
Um,
him.
Yeah, yeah. I have. Yeah, this guy can have whatever views he wants. I'm just providing context for everybody. So it says a recent announcement posted to the Domina community hub. This is the one I read out previously that was involving Keffels and all that. Includes insults targeting another person. We also noticed that you are clearing a number of reported posts in your hub containing various rule violations. We made it clear in our last communication, which is the one I previously read, that future violations of our rules and guidelines like this would jeopardize our future relationship. With that in mind, we are ending our business relationship with 𝕾𝖎𝖎 Incorporated, which is the publisher, and removing all associated products from sale. So kind of from Steam's end, it seems fairly formal. Like, I guess they're within their right to do that, but they it's pretty clear. They're just saying, we're just ending our business relationship, we're going to remove your products, and that's kind of it. So, yeah.
Very fair. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks for coming in.
Yeah, thanks for having me. And yeah, until next time. Okay, next time you have like a call-in, I know this is a little bit of a call-in show, but I do have like an idea to pitch you. I just want
What's
to
the
kind of
idea?
prep the audience.
Let's hear it.
Oh, I can't tell you. No, it's under wraps. I'm making a PowerPoint and everything. Like
What?
But I think it might change the world.
Okay,
That's all I'm
you
gonna
making
say.
a PowerPoint makes me less likely to want to do the idea.
Just give it. Yeah, I see what you're saying, but it'll. I think once you hear it, you'll be on board. Just come at it with an open mind. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, go away.
Would you like to get rid of me as well, Wick?
Would
you like
could
to
stay? Let's bring
Okay.
on. Let's bring on this person. Hello. You're live.
When you do get rid of me, it's got to be when I'm kicking and screaming like last time, ranting
Yes.
about your D&D takes.
Okay. What you got for us, friend?
Nothing much. Well, I guess. So, it seems like all of our positions are that we should be able to separate art from the artist in most circumstances, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's pretty much my point of view as well. I guess I'll probably approach it from. Do you mind if I give a personal anecdote on the show?
If you, as long as it's not tossed, go ahead.
Sure. So, this is actually a really funny story from when I was in college. I was talking to a girl, and she asked me.
Girl, you were talking to a girl. Okay. Okay.
I know. It was the proudest moment of my life. Like, to be honest, I never talked to women. So
Fair enough.
I
Well,
was-
congratulations.
I appreciate it.
Go ahead.
I know that was the highlight of my life. So I was talking to this girl, and we were getting along, and she gave me her number. She wanted it. I was very happy. And then she asked me what my favorite rom-com was. And she told me hers was About Time. And I said my favorite rom-com is Manhattan, the Woody Allen film. That ruined everything. It ruined everything. She started going off on me about how Woody Allen's a pedophile and how he molested his 7-year-old daughter. And I was like, I'm so sorry. I mean, I just like the movie. I think it's a really beautiful film about love. And I think Woody Allen's a really funny screenwriter. And she blocked me. And it ruined my life.
Did she? Because you liked
Yes.
the Woody Allen movie.
Yeah, I liked Manhattan. She asked me what my favorite rom-com was. I was just being honest. I was like, yeah, I like Manhattan. And it turned to a big argument about separating the art from the artist. And I told her that.
Well,
we
and
should
you
be able
lost
to-
because she blocked you. And
No, well, she just didn't. She said that she couldn't go. She didn't want to go on a date with someone who supported a pedophile. And I was like, Woody Allen's not a pedophile. He was proven innocent in the court of law. So maybe, I mean, alleged pedophile, but, and he was like, okay, and then she started going off on me about, like, well, even if he didn't molest his daughter, he's still married his stepdaughter. I was like, no, it was not his stepdaughter, it was his girlfriend's daughter. He married his girlfriend's daughter, not his stepdaughter. But anyway, so, I still like Woody Allen's movies, and, and that was something that really stuck in my head, and whenever someone tells me about separating the art from the artist, that's the thing that comes into my mind about how I was about to go on a date with someone who was really attractive, and then I had to say a Woody Allen film was my favorite rom-com. I should have just said it was anything else. I just should have said something completely uncontroversial.
I think
Maybe I
that
would've-
no. I think here I disagree with you. I think you should have said it. I think it was good that you said it, because if someone is going to ditch you because you liked a certain movie, then you dodged a bullet, my friend. You matrixed the shit out of that. You got away from a bad situation. You don't want to be with someone that is going to not think you're a bad person because of media you like, right? Like that is
Exactly.
wild.
That's the kind of person who controls the people you you're allowed to hang out with.
Exactly. But that brings me back to the point, because even if Woody Allen did these bad things, would that make me judge him differently for his work? And
I
the
think
answer is no,
I think you
because-
should judge the artist. Absolutely. I think you judge the artist fine.
No,
I
no, no.
don't think there's a
His
difference.
work.
Oh yeah.
Not him.
Yeah, sure.
Your cans
Would
frozen.
I
there.
judge him differently for his work? 'Cause I still love Woody Allen movies. Manhattan is still one of my favorite movies. It's kind of creepy now because of like the subject matter. You know, he's dating like a 17-year-old in that movie. But regardless, it's still a fantastic film. So that's kind of where my idea stems from. And with controversial artists, I'm still a huge Kanye fan. You know, I just haven't had I've just never seen a reason to not support someone solely because of their own personal views or their own bad
Because
actions.
so here's the argument, okay? That by supporting them, especially if they're politically active, like J.K. Rowling is, and donates to politicians, charities, and causes, you are directly funding or indirectly funding those charities and causes, right? And that would be considered problematic. That would be the argument.
Yeah,
It's
but
really-
that doesn't have. Sorry, you can go, Fungus.
It's really difficult to be like morally consistent on like ethical consumption. There's that whole like no ethical consumption, the capitalism thing. Soy's in chat, but like also the I don't know, because if you follow that, how are you going to be consistent across like every part of the like your consumer habits?
Question.
I mean,
Like, I don't know, do you buy internet from Elon Musk or whatever when, you know, something, you know? Something millionaire, you know?
Something millionaire indeed. Yeah, it's really hard, but there are some causes that are more direct than others, right? There are some harms that are more direct than others. We all would say that maybe donating directly to these causes would be immoral, correct? Yes? Maybe? No?
yeah. I mean,
Yeah, for sure. Like, there was that Sam Hyde joke that he did where he donated to like a Nazi
Nazi organ?
platform.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he ironically donated 5,000 to someone's like court case or something like that.
That's a little too far because, like, you know, like Sam Hyde.
I don't think it was
it's hard
ironic.
to- no, I mean, it was definitely meta irony because, like, Sam Hyde, like, his stuff is like his whole thing is you don't know if he's joking or not.
Yeah, and then it just like you lose the right to make the distinction.
So, Sam Hyde is someone who I can make like that's like a rare case where I would say maybe don't support Sam Hyde, but like even if he
Fish
can always
Tank was
just
so
play it
good
off.
though.
I know Fish Tank was really funny. I watched Fish Tank. I actually donated.
I was
a lot of
actually
money
way
to
too
Fish Tank.
bad towards the end though.
No,
Oh my
it
god.
Man,
was-
you're
like,
donating to
it was-
Fish Tank and not me? Get the fuck out.
I'm not donating to
I'm
Fish.
just- Wick, I've donated to you before.
I need more money.
I'll resubscribe. 1 second.
I'll resub, okay? Gang, if you're
Sometimes
liking
there's
this,
a-
just real quick, gang,
I'll resub because Subsemdar.
if you like this content, if you enjoy gaming show, right? It's a gaming debate. Reward me. Throw some super chats in chat. Throw some bits my way. Throw some subs my way. Actually, you can, if you are on Twitch, if you !hero and throw at least 1,000 bits, you will become a premier gladiator in my Ludus. So you can hear from 1,000 to 5,000 bits, and yeah. Skycord, thank you for the
Resub.
Yeah, I just resubbed you, Wick.
Thank
I don't like monthly
Yeah.
payments, but I did it for you. I did it for
Thank
you.
Thank you.
I'm too
We'll see how
poor.
this works. I think Big Nick's about to get beat. Do you guys like the game? Out of curiosity.
It looks fun.
Is it an
it looks
auto
fun.
battler? Do you have any like special abilities you can click?
No, if you can. If you choose. I choose not to because I'm playing with you guys, right?
I love special abilities.
So if I research mind control, I can take control of one and do all those things, right? But I don't because I want to talk to my audience while I play. So
Yeah.
This looks good. I mean, the mind control thing seems like a really cool dynamic. I feel like it's like another way to play it, but it seems like a core mechanic of the game.
𝕾𝖍𝖎𝖙 says, "Fine, take my money." You're welcome. I'll take it all. We were working on
how rich are
tactical
you?
multiplayer before the boot, huh?
How rich
How
are
rich
you?
are you?
I am fucking poor, dude. Like, what are you talking about? How rich I am?
I'm just curious.
I mean, I'm not gonna give you like the monthly amount, but I don't make a lot. I'm struggling here, gang. Like, I
Love
make
you, man.
enough, and luckily I am staying at a family member's house, in order to. So here's the story. They got COVID. They got hospitalized with COVID. It was really bad, both of them, right? And I needed to come in and take care of them. And I did, and they're better now, and they've allowed me to stay here. And so yeah, otherwise I'd be drowning. But
That's so kind of
not
you, though.
having rent really helps. But I am still not doing well. So
I'm sorry to hear that.
no, it's okay. I'm not starving, right? I do enough to get by. But I would like to do better. Last month I made around $1,500 from all this.
Okay.
Jumbo, thank you for the sub. And we got a hype train close, gang. I've
That's
had
more than
a
I made in
month
6
before that where I made about 3,000. So if I could make 3,000 a month from this, I'd be good. If that month was every month, I'd be good. I'd be fine. But the problem is it's so hit or miss. This month, for example, I'm only making around 1,000 so far, but the month's not even half over. So that will change, but it could go up, could go down based on how the metrics work. But yeah, it's very hit or miss with.
Yeah.
Isn't this like one of the like the spaces that aren't like the spaces that are still kind of reasonable? No.
What do you mean?
I
by
feel
that?
like you're known for hosting like, panels with like reasonable people sometimes.
Sometimes.
Like in comparison to other things. Am I wrong there or?
I don't know. What do you guys think? If you were in the chat, what am I known for? What is my reputation on the streets?
I have a question. How well was my panel, the one that I did with everyone? Did that play well?
It was all right.
For you? Okay.
Your niche is hosting debate panels, moderating them, but also offering your opinion, and I think that's like not something that people get really angry about, which is good. I think that's a thing that you do, and I think that's definitely like I think that's like the thing that you do that's unique.
Maybe.
Among the debate panel stuff, and I think that's welcome.
Yeah.
I
enjoy your panels. It's always been good.
Thank you. Okay, gentlemen. For now.
Yeah,
Say what were you gonna say?
I was about to say, yeah, it's time for us to cycle out.
Yes, well, thank you. I
course.
just wanted to give my personal story about Woody Allen.
No, that's a good story. It's an interesting anecdote. So
Yes.
Thank you for sharing. But for now.
Yeah,
Hey, cool. Let me adjust my OBS again because I need a better way to do this if we do this in the future, right? There's a button, actually. Make it a little smaller so you can see more of the screen. Oh, no. Okay. So, you guys been liking this game? You been liking this sponsored stream? 𝕾𝖎𝖙 says Prime offers his opinion when he's mad and he loses his shit. I like Prime. Prime guy's cool. Starfield versus Baldur's Gate 3 debate when? Starfield took 8 years of development. Baldur's Gate 3, 6 years. Are 𝕵𝖎𝖎𝖙𝖚 excuses warranted? They are such different games. It's really hard to compare them. How much was it when it was on Steam? I forget. It's $20 now. Johnny DC, is there a difference between an entire studio versus an individual artist? I think there is. But yeah, Starfield and Baldur's Gate are just so different, different genres of games, so it's hard to really compare them directly. I will say this. Baldur's Gate 3 was best in class, whereas Starfield is not best in class. It is good, it is interesting, but best in class, no. It's simply the latest in class. Whereas I think Baldur's Gate 3 is probably, when it comes to CRPGs, the quote-unquote best. Do you guys disagree? Am I going to be canceled for this take? Aos Tune, yo, new here. Seen some of your stuff about the streamers. How do I join the conversation? Well, what's your opinion, buddy? So if you exclamate Discord and chat, you click that link, you jump in the, you gotta accept the rules, you jump backstage, I'll pull you in and we'll see what you have to say. Sound good? Yeah, but like, I really like CRPGs. So for me personally, the enjoyment comes from the role-playing game much more than Starfield. Starfield's fun though. I've been playing that recently. The thing is, Starfield I think probably has more staying power, especially as mods come in and will change the game much like Skyrim. But at least for me, I think the initial playthrough by Baldur's Gate 3 was very, very fun. I enjoyed that a lot. Okay, let's get this game under control here. Buy some food. See, who do I need to heal? You. You. Is that it? Oh, you need some heals too. And we're probably gonna need another gladiator, huh? Maybe a good one. Both super expensive. One, Aos Tune. Aos Tune, you're in the game now. Cool, you just got here and you're in the game. Well, lucky you. Let's heal you up. And yeah, if you want to call in, join backstage, and we'll talk to you. Arctic Meal says, I feel like people might also have been disappointed with Starfield if it didn't have weird bugs. I always thought the weird jankiness was what made 𝕵𝖎𝖎𝖙 games fun. I haven't run into too many bugs yet. At least no game-breaking bugs. Not in Starfield, anyway. Johnny DC says, I'm not much of a gamer anymore, so I didn't play either. That's fair. I used to be a lot bigger of a gamer than I am today. I still play. But now I enjoy the more... for me, personally, I like the simulator. I like games where I can be kind of a general. There's a really cool game on Steam that I've been playing recently, 𝕾𝖍𝖎𝖙𝖘𝍍𝖔𝑜. It's like an auto battler that it's sci-fi in nature. I find it really fun because I can like plan out the turn and then I send them off and I don't have to touch it, right? I like that. But accept the wine and give it to the 𝕾𝖍𝖎𝖙. Need to get the 𝕾𝖍𝖎𝖙 up. Lord Fungus, I'm a huge D&D nerd. I like Pathfinder, Kingmaker, Baldur's Gate 3, and Wrath of the Righteous to a lesser extent. I liked Wrath of the Righteous a lot too. What do you guys think of Dragon Age? I like Dragon Age Origins, but I gotta admit, Dragon Age Inquisition was not my jam. I was not impressed. It was far too long. I played it, I beat it, but it was just too much. It was just too much. Yo, if they pay me, Arctic Mule, I'll promote them. Okay? The reason we're promoting this game is because the developer paid me. Pay me money, I will do your thing. Micronomics says, I love roguelikes and RPGs. Roguelikes are fun. My most played game on Steam is a roguelike. It's 𝕾𝖍𝖎𝖙. Really fun. Card Ice and Lord Fungus, you're going to fight you. Fight. 𝕾𝖍𝖎𝖙 is really cool. There's just so much to do in it. The problem, but I played it like over 1,000 hours on that game. But the problem is it's now so done that until the new DLC for it comes out, I'm probably not going to touch it. Would you play the game about Kyle Rittenhouse on stream if they paid you? Yeah, if they pay me enough. If they pay me enough money. Why wouldn't I? We already talked, like, separating art from artists. At least my stance on that is if the game's fun, I can absolutely separate the art from the artist. I think you should be able to. I think that's wise to. But I know some people would disagree.
Agreed.
There. How much to play Genshin Impact? Is that one of those Gamba games, Dr. Demand? Is it the one where you pay money to buy characters and or buy chances to get characters? It's totally a GABA game, but Tessie Johnson says it's just super hard. I'm hearing mixed reviews, gang. Is it a Gamba game or not? A gacha game? Gamba gacha? I'm not sure. Gacha game. So it's a gacha game? Yeah, I'm not made of money. I'm not rich enough to play a gacha game.
Agreed.
You literally buy tokens that give you random characters of varying power. Yeah, that's a gacha game. Absolutely a gacha game. So now we're kind of in auto mode. This is where I think the game kind of gets less fun. We're just waiting for things to happen at this point. And it's hard to kind of... you're kind of on autopilot at this mode, right? Like, so I would like... The events are nice, but maybe different ways of... Maybe different paths you can take when it comes to upgrading and things. But I guess maybe it's because I'm bad at the game. Because I'm stuck on gold. Gold is the big bottleneck for me here. I'm having trouble kind of getting enough to really get the different classes. Again, we've lost quite a few battles, so that might be just because I'm bad at the game. Keep digging a coal pit here. Dr. Demand, I want to see Wick play some real DGen game. You pay me enough money, I will. You can. There's only one game that I won't play, and that's the rate play game. Well, I'll say there might be more that I'm not aware of. I don't want to box myself in, but yeah. Okay, let's bring on Tune. Hello.
You're... What's up?
You're live. What you got for us?
Okay, hold on. I'm to my camera for the stream.
You don't have to. No one can see.
I don't have to. Oh, you're not gonna have that way out.
Yeah.
Okay. So is the conversation about art versus artist?
Art versus artist. So, are you familiar with the game I'm playing now?
No, I'm not.
Okay, so there's a huge controversy about this game because the developer made a lot of transphobic comments, put them in patch notes, etc. So the question becomes, is buying the game okay when you know the money's going to go to support someone with problematic beliefs? What do you think?
So they put all this stuff in, and they're still donating to like the people they're directly hurting. Is that what I'm?
No, they're not
hearing?
donating to the people they're directly hurting at all. They're they may even, though I don't know if they are or not, to be clear, they may even be donating causes that directly oppose these people, right? I don't know. But given their political leanings, given their stated beliefs, it's likely that if they were going to donate to a political cause, it would be one that did not support.
Okay. So, and the question is, do we support them?
Well, no.
For
The
that?
question is it okay to buy their product? Which is, again, something entirely different. So their product will give money directly to them, and they may use this money for nefarious purposes. We're not sure, right? But is it okay to give them money when they have these problematic beliefs?
I think it's okay because you're buying the game. You're not. I guess you can still have different beliefs, but you're just buying the game to play the game.
Yeah,
Now,
but does that not matter? Like your support?
It does matter. It just depends on like where you fall, like on the side of the coin. Like, is it actually not matter? Can you directly separate? I'm just playing a game, or is it like, oh, is that a game and your beliefs? So I think if I just want to buy something, and it's just a game. I only just play the game. That's it. I don't even think about who made it and all that. Then I guess that's fine. But if you're in tune with like who's making it, what stuff is going to, then yeah, you can probably not buy it. But me personally, I probably wouldn't buy it if it's like that bad of a situation that they're donating to like causes that hurt people, or like they're adding stuff and like to be derogatory.
Can
I
you
probably
give me
wouldn't
an
buy it.
example of where you would say no, it's not okay?
Like say, what was that? It was a big thing of Hogwarts.
Hogwarts Legacy. Was that okay
yeah.
to buy Hogwarts Legacy or no?
I think that was fine, yeah, to buy it. I think that was kind of blown out of proportion. But I mean, I didn't buy the game because I didn't want to buy it at all. But I think that was probably fine to buy.
Yeah, I think if normally you wouldn't buy the game, just general, I think that's fine too, right? Like I think that no one should be forced to buy a game or pressured into buying a game. But the question becomes if a game is shown to be like, would you buy Hitler's game? So Hitler exists. Hitler made the most fun game you can ever think of. You know that the money's going to be gone to fund his war machine. Okay, do you buy the game?
At that point, no, because then you know directly what it's going to. The thing about this is like up in the air is like what it's actually going to. Like this game, for example. But like, say if Hitler made a game, he's like, oh,
okay,
I'm making this game and this will.
No
yeah.
Hitler games. Okay.
Yeah, because like, you directly know what it's going to. Like it's going to like the murder of people or like war machines and all that stuff. Then yeah, it's probably not okay.
Okay, fair enough. What about this game? Guy made transphobic comments. Probably supports transphobic causes.
Probably not. I guess yeah. I guess it's not a huge game. It's like it's not made by a AAA company, right? It's just kind of
it's an indie developer. He made it himself.
Yeah, then I guess you can kind of hurt them with your pocket, like because in their indie they can probably like bounce back from it. I guess. Like you tell them, oh, I'm not gonna buy it because there's transphobic comments, then they will probably not do it in the future. Hopefully not.
Well, I don't know if in this particular case that worked, but fair enough.
So wait, when did this game come out? Is this game like new or is it old?
Well, it was released, I think, last year, maybe 2 years ago.
Okay, that's actually crazy. Like they would actually release it in like this landscape.
I may be getting my dates wrong, but the controversy was delisted very recently. So you can no longer actually buy it on Steam because it was taken off the platform. Oh,
okay.
2017. I got that way wrong.
17.
Oh yeah.
Even still, that's still a wild time to even do it. But it was like, I guess you can make it slide, but then now like people are like way more socially aware these days. Like you can't like just get away with it.
Yeah, but that's more of a getting away with it thing, right? Like.
Yeah, we're just getting away with like saying the F slur, R slur, all that. We're just technically getting away with it. It was never like okay, but it was like just the time period we were in, like we could just like get away with it.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. Well, thank you for calling in, friend. Thank you for
No
your
problem.
opinion.
Oh wait,
Any further
I said
thoughts before we your guy just died. He got eaten by lions. Sorry. I didn't
what
do it.
happened?
In the game, you were a
Oh
gladiator.
damn,
But
rip.
okay.
I have a question. Yeah, like I said, I've seen some of your stuff like from other streamers. Is there a way like I can get on these panels? I know I'm like
Yes.
not.
Yes. So
Oh
what
really?
you'll do is you'll add me on Steam. You will DM me the topics that you are most interested in, and then
Swell.
when something comes up, we'll slot you in.
Wait. I DM you on Steam or Twitter? What'd you say?
I'm sorry. I said Steam, but I mean
Okay, yeah.
Discord.
I DM you on Discord.
Discord, yeah. You have Discord. Add me as a friend. DM me.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Cease to impress.
Yeah.
Till
Gotcha.
next time.
I appreciate it, man.
Everyone, I'm a popular guy. Everyone wants on my show. Works out. We're probably gonna play this for another 10 minutes, gang, and then I'm gonna call it quits. Because I am tired and hungry. But I am going to link you guys where you can get this game. It is interesting, and as I said, it's fun, and you can name the guys. There's more to do than I've shown you. Like there's exhibition matches. You can go into do mini tournaments and things like that. I haven't gone in too much detail simply because there's just so much to do. Here, let me buy food because I do want to keep playing this at another date. I am going to continue the game. I am running out of food, I'm running out of water, I'm running out of everything. But let me link you guys the place you can buy it. Yeah, I'm absolutely gonna play this in my own free time. It's a fun little management game. And it doesn't take too much of my brain power, which is nice. And it's just fun. So yeah, I had bought this way before the controversy. I bought it when it released. I have 16 hours playtime on Steam with this. So yeah, it's an interesting enough game. Good time killer. But yeah, check it out if you want. Keep in mind, the developer may have views that differ from your own. And you, dear viewer, have to decide whether that's okay or not. What do we got coming up? Okay, what do we got coming up? Let me save this. Is there a save? Can I not save this game? Dang, that's a problem. Oh, it auto saves? Okay. Here, I'll quit to desktop. I will switch to this scene again. But yeah, the links are in chat in YouTube and on Twitch. You can check it out if you'd like. Do your research if you want more information on the game. The developer's here. He shows up to my streams sometimes, so we're glad to have him. I think we have differing political beliefs, but that's okay. We're about free speech here. Yeah, did you guys like this stream? Numbers wise, wasn't my best stream, not gonna lie. You guys, but I knew that going in. It's not my normal content. I knew that going in. But still, I hope people had fun. I hope people found it interesting. If you did like this, on occasion, I might play other games if I get sponsorships for them, because every once in a while I'll be offered a sponsorship for some game, like they'll send it through Stream Elements or Streamlabs or something. So I might do that. I'm not sure. I don't know. Today was different. Today was an experiment, and we are absolutely. It was good to do, to just see, right? To see what happened. What do we got coming up next week? So next week we are going on Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern. Have 𝕾𝖎, Staxiums. We're gonna have Lactoid. We're gonna have Todd. We're gonna have some other individuals on to talk about conservatism. Is the Republican Party dead? Is it a walking corpse? We're gonna find out. Please don't take the sponsorship if you're not allowed to critique the game or talk about other things. Well, yeah, absolutely. One of the reasons I took this one is because I was going to be upfront. Like, I will tell you what I think about the game, and I will tell you what I think about the situation. For me, if the product is interesting and good, I will purchase it. If it is not, I won't. I do not judge the product based on the creator. There, again, are certain lines where I would feel uncomfortable supporting the creator in any way. But those lines aren't being wrong on social media or being wrong in your patch notes. I don't care if you have bad opinions. I care what you do. If you're going around killing babies, then yeah, maybe I won't buy your game. Right? If you're Hitler funding a war machine, I won't buy your game. But if you're just making stupid comments in your patch notes, okay. Whatever. Yeah. Who raiding? Who we going to? Also, thank you again, Chris Speaks, for the raid. Really appreciate you. Really appreciate you. Wick needs to play a furry dating sim. You got to pay me a lot more money than this guy did. I'd play it, but you got to pay me a lot more money than this guy did, okay? Let's go to 𝕾𝖎𝖎𝖙. Okay, gang. I will see you Monday, 6 p.m. Eastern. Till then. Out. Luck.